This is the first 10 moves of the Tai Chi that I teach. So usually we start off with some Qigong before we do our Tai Chi, just to loosen up, but also just to get the body relaxed and connected. So we're going to run through the first 10, and these can be done, they can be done whenever you're cold, they can be done after a workout. I like to end, if I'm not doing a specific Tai Chi workout, I like to end my workout with some Qigong or Tai Chi. So some of the things you'll be familiar with whenever you've looked at the beginner series. So to start off with, whenever we do the hard style of the Kung Fu that I teach, we bow and we step out to our right. For the Tai Chi, we bow and we step out left. So your feet are together, you're standing up straight. So once you bow, this is when you're switching on. Tai Chi and martial arts, Kung Fu, Tai Chi, Qigong, it's not just a pattern for the sake of a pattern. You're not just going through the motions. You're trying to create a shift physically, mentally, and emotionally. So for me personally, I do my bow, then I step out, and my feet turn in, and I'll stay here until I'm ready to move forward with the Tai Chi. So in this position now, I'm just sinking my body. So I'm mentally running over the 9 gates. So just in case you haven't watched the beginner series, your stance is upper horse stance to start with. You're roundabout shoulder width apart with your feet. Your toes are slightly turned in. Your ankles are strong. They're not caving in, they're strong. Your knees are out, which opens up your legs. So imagine a horse in there. Your hips are rolled and lifted. So you're closing off your butthole, lifting your groin, lifting your crotch, and you're fixing your stance here. So you've got 2, 4, 6, and then 8. Your shoulders roll back. So if you think like your shoulders are in a ball joint, when you come back, if you just roll them, they'll roll. But if you roll and let it sink, you'll feel the drop. If you can't, then do what's called a dunno shrug. If I asked you a question, you didn't know the answer, you'd go, I don't know. So when you try a dunno shrug, your shoulders will naturally fall into place, and then you just bring your head back. That's the 9th gate. So this is your upper horse stance. So we start off, we bow, keep looking forward as you bow. Then you sink into your stance, 9 gates are engaged. The first step is our walking step, which we did in the beginner series as well. You open up your left toe and step forward on your right. You land heel and then toe turns in. My knee is over my toe. My knee is pushed out over this toe as well. My hips stay square, my shoulders stay square. That is just the step on its own. So open up the toe, heel to toe. So every time we walk in Tai Chi, the Tai Chi walking is heel to toe walking. So when you go here, you open your toe, you land heel, toe. Then you would open, shift your weight so you're controlled, heel, and then turn in, and then you sink and lock up the hips. So not lock them, sorry. Lift the hips. They're not locked, everything's mobile, but engaged. So you open your toe, step here, so you can step and lean. The way we like to think about it is you imagine that you're testing ice. So your stability's there, then you just touch with your heel. So it's easy to lift off. You notice my head isn't popping as I lift here. Heel to toe, then I sink. Open my toe, shift my weight, come up on my toe, lift the leg, test the ice with the heel, slowly shift my weight across, and then I turn the toe in as I sink into my position. So that's your walking step. We're not too worried about being precise with the distance in which we step. Some days I'm more relaxed, more free, I can go longer. Some days they have to be a little bit more shallow. So to start off the form, you bow, step out, fix your 9 gates, relax. As you open your toe, you allow your hands to swing to the side, shift your weight, land on your heel, and as you come back, you lead, this is the father-son position, you lead your right hand up in front of left, your right hand's in front, left is matching about elbow, and then you just turn your palms away. So if I do that step once more, I'll just do it from the bow. So again, we used to play in the class is start again, so we're doing a version of that. You bow, step and sink into the stance, open the toe, bring the hands up right in front of left, roll the palms. So your hips turn and sort of drop into place. You don't want to be bringing your hands up and in front like this. Nothing's really happening. You're clearing the path. So remember, Tai Chi is a martial art. It's not just a pretty movement or a pretty dance. So as you step, your hands open in front, and then as I turn, my elbows drop in as well. So nice high movement, and then they drop. So from here, I bring them into an X, right on the outside, left on the inside. Shift my weight, and I'm going to step back in my stance. So all I'm doing is stepping into this horse stance, but just facing this direction. So I'm here. I'm going to go through all this facing that way so you can see both angles. But I'm here, hands are crossed. I open up, I want to open my chest. So I visualize my arms, my hands pulling my chest open, really compressing the back. So I'm squeezing my lats into my spine. Here, my stance is staying the 9 gates. Then I rotate my hands and I push. I'm pulling back so I'm engaging the forearm, and I push out. So that is a sideways position. Upper horse stance, hands open up, turn and press, pulling back the fingers, pulling the wrists. And then from here, you make a right fist, pointing your thumbs, pointing towards the ground. In a fist position, you pull your fist to your side as you open this toe. So from here, I pull and I face forward. Then we shift our weight. This hand comes back as the fist goes forward. We're not trying to do a long fist. We're here, so the position is there. I'm doing a short range punch, and this hand is in defense mode. So it's about a hand span away, and it's meeting about my elbow. So I'm not away out here, so this hand's useless. It's here, so it can side block if needs to, but your alignment is the elbows in, fist is in a good position, and there's a nice straight line here so that you can engage. Your back isn't here, you're not leaning backwards. Your back is rolled forward into the position. So as you do the punch, you're not compressing and shrinking. My chest is still high, but my back rolls into it. So a lot of people will make the mistake of over rolling, and then there's no effect here. Even if we take out the martial application, just think about the actual physicality. Posturally, strong chest, rolled in, so I'm really opening up my back as I throw the punch. It's not here and it's not here, it's up like that. So if I go through those 3 moves again, so whenever you're practicing this on your own, it's really good to do the start again. You start with your bow and just walk through. If you just try to get all 10 moves, you'll be thinking so much about, there's so much to think about, that you lose you're doing the physical, but you're losing the emotional and spiritual. We haven't even talked about adding our breath in yet. So when we start off, we start with our bow. So even the bow, when I bow, I'm upright. I'm not going around, I'm just about doing my Tai Chi, and then here we go. I'm engaged, the whole body is engaged. I bow, I come up, I step out, turn my toes into my stance. My arms just relax. Open the toe, swing the arms, heel to toe, hands come in front, and then rotate, cross, shift my weight, step back, close my toes, so I'm in upper horse stance again, pull my hands across, rotate them, press out whilst pulling back on the fingertips. Then my upside down right fist, drop it to the side as you open your toe. So this time you have to open it right up to step through. You're going to pull this hand back as you throw your punch. So once you're here, you're going to do your X again, same way as we did before, right in the front, left at the back. They're not on, there's a space between both. So when I'm here, they're not closed, I'm not trapping myself, I'm here. I step back again into upper horse, pull the hands. This time I rotate the palms to face the floor, and I push down, still pulling back on my fingers. And I'm trying to stretch out through the whole tendon. Then from here, I'm rolling my wrists as I open my toes. So now the wrists, the fingertips are pointed across like an X, which is what we're about to do. We step, we draw an X. We're not trying to finish it or end up there. We're still in a nice strong position. We roll the hands over, right is still on top of left, and we make two fists. So if I go back, we'll go through all of that again. So each of these moves have names, but most of the time they're not essential. Sometimes they're useful because it'll say like 2 arms going out or 2 hands going down. The father and son position, punch. Some of the times it's useful, some of the times it's not, like the golden cockerel standing on one leg. Like there are some of the names are ridiculous, but sometimes they give you a good way of remembering. So we start off with our bow. We open. I was about to do a different form. So I'm just going to leave this in. We'll start off with the bow. Step out, relax. Open the toes, swing, step, hands, turn, cross, step back, push out, upside down right fist, drop it to your side, step forward and do your punch, cross again, step back. If you need to, fix your stance, push the hands down this time, rotate the fingers, open the toe, cross as you step forward, right on top of the left, turn them into fists. So this is where we got to. Now you open your toe again, shift your weight, heel to toe, and then you stretch up, open up, keep going, and then you end here. You're not hunched, strong position, just lean forward, and the elbows drop in and the fists curl up towards you. Then you open your toe again, step forward, and just straighten yourself up. You're not trying to lean back, you're just trying to straighten up into a good posture. Then turn your body, open your hands, drop your right hand in front of the left, and roll the body forward again to a lower crane block. So here, there's a bend in the elbow and a twist here, and we're covering that. So we open, drop it in front, covering the whole body, roll back. This is back to defensive position, and this is here. Then golden cockerel stands on one leg. Open your toe again, lean all your weight, pick the foot up. Then you shoot 1, drop the fingers. 2, you're dropping the fingers to make room. 3, golden cockerel stands on one leg is as far as we're going to go in this video. So I'll do that once more and then I'll do it from the side. If you have any questions, just reach out to me and I'll answer them as best I can, or if there's any moves you want me to recheck and break down again, then I'll do that as well. But straight on, this is what it should look like. Bow, step out, relax, open your toes, swing your arms, right in front of left. This is what it should look like when I'm teaching. This is not how I would do it because I'm not relaxed, I'm not switched off. Upside down fist, open the toe, step right through, punch, cross, step back, push down, roll the fingers away from you and back in, open your toes, step forward, cross right on top of left, turn them over, make fists, open your toe, step, stretch, open that out, and forward, step, straighten up, turn, open your hands, drop the right in front of the left as you come back square again, open your toe, shift your weight, step up, 1, 2, 3, and then that's your golden cockerel, stands on one leg. That's the first 10. There's 67 moves, so I'll break them down into a few easy to digest videos. I'll do it from the side now so that you can get a look from the side. Bow, step and relax, open your toe right in front of left, turn your palms, cross, push your hands out, upside down right fist, step forward and punch, cross, push down this time, roll your fingers away, back in, step forward, cross, turn them over into fists, step, open up, and hunched forward, rolled forward, step again, straighten up, turn, open your hands right in front of the left, roll back, open your toe, shift your weight, lift the leg, 1, 2, 3, and that's you there. So that's the first 10 moves of the Tai Chi form. If I can do it, I'm just going to take a couple breaths and then I'm going to do one facing the camera again. It's not going to be exactly how I perform it because obviously I'm thinking about a lot going on with shooting the video. But I'm not going to talk through it so you can see what it's like. And then normally I'd go on, but that's the first 10. You'll probably notice there's a lot more going on in the body. It's not just static moves, but that's the best way to learn it. The easiest example is when I'm teaching you there, I'm saying open, push down. But when I'm actually doing it, my whole body, like there's a lot going on in that one movement alone. Same as the punch. Sometimes when you're doing it with a breath, it'll look like you've stopped, but I can still feel my dantian and my core all connected. So there's a lot going on there. So practice the 10 moves till you have the 10 moves. Then you can play around with the belly breathing with it. So as an example, first move, you start to breathe in to here. So once you finish this bit, and then you breathe out as you close down. Second move, you breathe in to here, and then out as you press. But initially you want to get the moves. You want to get the moves so that there's no thinking, you just go through them. And that's why the start again game is so good. You just bow, step, check your 9 gates, relax. 9 gates, first move, relax. The more you do it, the more repetition you get, the more it actually becomes the move in meditation that it's supposed to be, rather than you're thinking about the next move as you're halfway through the first move. So then everything becomes high because you're in your head. Very hard to ground when you're overthinking. This is why the more you do it, stepping into the stance becomes like an anchor point, switches your mind off from the chattering monkey. So it means, like, if you take this into your real world, say for example you're standing somewhere and you're feeling anxious or stressed. If you're just standing like this and you're feeling anxious and stressed, and even during the conversation or whatever's happening, all you do is shift into your stance. Because you've done it so much, this automatically will just make you feel more relaxed. So it's connected. You're creating neural pathways that are connected to the stance, that is connected to relaxing, to flow, to just dealing with yourself. So when I do my Tai Chi or my other forms, the Sum Chen, which I nearly went into, when I'm doing them, that's all that's going on. So I find it hard to think of anything else when I'm mid-form. Mid-form, I'm just fully in the zone. So even now when I'm fine-tuning my forms, I will break it down into sections because I don't want to get too deep into the flow state, because then I'm overlooking the fine-tunement. But for now, you don't need to fine-tune it, you just need to learn it. So reach out to me if you have any questions on the first 10, and there'll be more videos to get to the rest of it. And then eventually you'll have a lovely Tai Chi form that you can take with you anywhere. Have an awesome day, whatever you get up to, and I'll speak to you again on the next video.